Ooh, there's one. What is this? All right, what is this? What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the US of Angling. Just in case this is your first time here, I'll give you a quick rundown. My name's Cameron. I am lucky enough to travel around the US with my wife, JC, full time, and I fish every single place that we go. As you can probably tell from the title, I'm in Utah today, and I've yet to cast a single line, but my first impressions are fantastic. Mainly because of the Utah, like the state Utah website. They've got a ton of super good information. I'm gonna show you guys that here in a second, but I found this spot. I've got a pond here. You guys can probably see a pond there, and then there's actually another pond just on the other side of that. So 3 ponds right next to each other, and then there is a river right along here too. So never fishing in this area, I chose this place because there's 3 different ponds, a river that I can hit. They stock channel catfish in here. There's a whole bunch of different fish that I'm able to catch, but channel catfish are probably gonna be the #1 fish on the hit list today. In Utah, you can fish with 2 rods. So I'll have one out for channel cat, and then I'll be casting around because they stock wipers in here. There's largemouth, crappies, a lot of other species. So ideally, I catch 2 channel catfish because you can only take 2 fish out of these community fishing ponds is what they're called. It looks like there's like hundreds of them in Utah, but the limit's 2. That's gonna be plenty for lunch. So ideally I have a catch and cook right here. I do want to show you guys this website because it's really awesome, and then we're gonna get to fishing. All right, guys, so it looks like the name of the website is wildlife.utah.gov. And if you just go up, click on the fishing and click find a fishing spot, check this out. In the state of Utah, they have got this many public fishing spots marked. I mean, that's hundreds by the looks of it. And if you zoom in, I'm right around the Salt Lake area. I just zoomed in, and this is exactly where I'm at today. So there's 3 ponds, boom, 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 right next to each other. And then this river right here is public as well. I'll just click on one of them. So the middle one's called Kidney Pond. And then it's got pictures, information on how to get there, the fishing regulations. It's got a forecast. So that's where I saw that there's catfish. They do stock trout, but it's the middle of the summer, so we won't probably be catching any of those. But it's just really awesome information. Stocking events. So they just stocked 100 channel catfish in that pond, in that pond right there on August 25th. So about a month ago. They stocked more in June. Long story short, if you're in Utah and you like to fish, check this website out because it gives you a ton of great information, and it looks like there's endless places to fish. I mean, just in this spot, I'd say this is all within like an hour of each other. This is the Great Salt Lake. This is Lake Utah. I mean, that's about an hour drive, and look at how many spots there are. It's crazy. All right, guys, so now that I've shown you that, we are gonna get fishing. I'm gonna start at this middle pond. This one's called Kidney Pond. It's the smallest out of the 3, and as I was tying up in the parking lot, getting my rods ready, a guy walked up and told me he caught a couple nice channel catfish out of here a few days ago. So, it's small. I'm gonna be able to cast out, I'm probably gonna cast out 1 rod for catfish, let it sit for 10 minutes in each spot. I might give it 3 different spots. If I don't catch something, I'm gonna move on to a different pond or maybe down to the river, but got a pretty good feeling about it. I think I found my first fishing spot. I've got night crawlers to go after catfish. You guys might laugh, but this is a seriously good bait, especially for ponds like this. Slim Jims. If you don't believe me and you don't want to wait for this video to see if I catch any, I've got videos catching catfish on Slim Jims. I'm gonna throw one out, probably just right out here, let it soak for 10 minutes while I cast around like a crappie jig. I'm gonna be throwing a Bobby Garland. Again, if you've seen my channel, you know Bobby Garland is my absolute #1 favorite lure. Let's go catch something. All right, so I'm actually gonna throw out a rig with 2 hooks on it. So I'm just gonna hook, oh, can you see that? I'm just gonna hook these Slim Jims just barely, just like that. One there, one here, just to get as much smell out in the water as I possibly can. And then I've just got a 1 ounce weight. 1 ounce is definitely overkill, but I might be going down to that river later. And with current, 1 ounce will probably be helpful. So I'm gonna toss this just right out, basically in the middle to start. Let's see, not bad depth there. So set that just like that. And I'm not gonna get too far away from that rod. Like I just said, I think I just said, I'm throwing a Bobby Garland. There are wipers in here. There's bluegills. I'm pretty sure it said there's crappies. So I'm gonna throw a Bobby Garland around for some panfish or bass or whatever I can catch. And hopefully one of those Slim Jims gets smoked. With this Bobby Garland, I like to just twitch it. I use a 32nd ounce jig head on it. Super light jig head, so it falls really slow. And I just twitch it along, kind of like a dying minnow. That's what you're trying to represent or mimic, is an injured minnow with these Bobby Garlands. Which, by the way, like I said, it's my favorite lure of all time. I'll link Bobby Garlands down below. And they come in about 100 million different colors, but Blue Thunder's my favorite. So that's the one that I'll link down there. I just heard a fish jump over here. I'm risking it a little. I'm kind of far away from my rod. Not too far away, but if I get smoked, things could get interesting. This water's pretty dirty. It's not clear water at all. Ooh, there's one. What is this? All right, what is this? A wiper? Yep. That is awesome. All right. I wonder if that's a fish that just jumped. Well, guess what? I said, I hope we catch some catfish for lunch. That is gonna be lunch right here. Awesome. That is fantastic. Sweet. He thumped that thing too. That was fantastic. All right. That was right on shore. This will eat up really nice. I was really hoping I was going to be able to have some fish for lunch. I've only been here probably 10 minutes. That's still my first cast. I said I was gonna recast my catfish rod every 10 minutes, and I haven't recasted it yet. So I'm gonna get this guy on a stringer. Gosh, that's awesome. He is lunch. All right, there's one. I can only get one more. Well, keep one more. Well, guys, it is time for lunch. The limit was 2. I could only keep, or I could only catch 1 keeper. But hey, it's not bad. It'll definitely make lunch. Probably won't take a nap out of fullness after it, but I'm super excited because it's been a while since I've eaten fish, let alone wipers. I haven't eaten wipers, shoot. I ate white bass in a video quite a ways back. You guys can go find it. I don't even know what month that was, but the reason that I'm making a point to fillet, actually this is the first time that I've filleted a fish on my channel, but I have acquired the cordless Bubba fillet knife. thanks to Gramps. He bought it a while back and let me have it, at least for the time being. Sounds like I get to keep it, right, Gramps? So I'm freaking pumped about it. It's gonna make catch and cooks way easier because I don't have to take fish home to fillet them. Sometimes I use just a regular fillet knife, but it's just such a pain when you're used to filleting fish with an electric. So I am going to, yeah, these blades will do. They come with 4 different blades. I'm not going to go all through this knife because honestly I don't know that much about it yet. I've used it plenty of times. Anyways, I'm freaking stoked about this thing. It's going to make filleting fish and catch and cooks a million times easier. So I'm going to fillet this up very quickly, considering it's just one fish. I need to back this up. And then I'm going to go find a place out of the wind to cook them up because it is super windy. And what am I trying to say? The burner that I've got sucks in the wind. So I'm gonna go find a place that I can actually get out of the wind so I can keep my flame going. But these are going to be absolutely delicious. Check out that fillet. If you've ever heard someone say wipers aren't good, they're wrong. I'll show you here in 1 second how to make them even better than just regular. I'm gonna get this filleted up. Gosh, this knife is freaking awesome. Beats the heck out of a regular fillet knife, I will tell you that much. Well, boom, all the meat off of there. On these wipers or white bass, if you turn the fillet over, so the part that the scales touch, you can see this bloodline right here. In a small fish, it's really not too bad. But if you're catching bigger wipers or white bass, this bloodline, you can cut it out to get all of the fishy taste out. And a fish this big, I'm not worried about it. It doesn't bother me at all, especially when you're using, you know, the seasoning and buttered flavored Crisco and all that stuff. But if anyone's ever told you that white bass or wipers are no good, they're wrong, unless they don't like fish. If you don't like fish, of course, they're not gonna be good. But if you're a fan of bluegills, crappies, walleyes, these wipers slash white bass, these ones are wipers, but I think they taste the exact same. They're delicious. So yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about the bloodline. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chunk them just a little bit. Just like, there we go. 8 pieces, that'll be perfect. I'm lying. 2 fish would have been perfect. This is gonna do though. I'm gonna go find a place that's not so dang windy so I can actually keep my burner going and get my pan hot, and I'm gonna eat some lunch. All right, guys, I am getting that Crisco warmed up. There's still some water in the pan, so it's splashing all over. And while that's heating up, I am gonna get these fish battered up. This right here is my favorite brand of fish batter. It's called Louisiana. I like the Cajun probably a little bit more, but all I've got today is just the original. It's crispy though. It's the original crispy. So definitely gonna make these I say these wipers like I caught a bunch of them. This wiper tastes delicious. So this burner, I absolutely hate. It's way too small. This thing is so flimsy. A buddy of mine has a burner, it's flat. I'll link that down below. It is 100 times better. It doesn't pack away quite as nice. This thing's so small, but honestly, if you don't have a burner and you want to do catch and cooks or just, you know, shore lunches, do not buy one of these things. They suck. Let's drop just a little bit of seasoning in here and see what happens. I believe these are ready. Let's drop in one. Yep, they're ready. Woo! So as I was saying, that is why I hate this thing. I absolutely hate this thing. That is what I'm talking about. That's the first time that's ever happened, but I always feel like that's going to happen. And I got really lucky that didn't spill on me. Freaking ridiculous. Now that I think about it, that all happened so quick. I don't know how the fish stayed in the pan. I have no idea how the fish stayed in the pan. And none of them fell out. Very unfortunate situation, but got very lucky in a few ways. Didn't get burned, didn't waste any fish. Sweet. Yep, those puppies are done. Those are done. This thing. Great idea. Sounds awesome. Does not work well. Could have just had some very burnt legs slash feet slash pride. Pride's burnt a little bit, but that could have been really bad. On the bright side, I've got lunch. Not a big lunch, but I've just, honestly, I was so excited to use my new Bubba blade in a catch and cook, so. And I haven't had fish for so long. Yep, too hot. They are crispy. They are delicious. I'm gonna sit down. As I said before, at the beginning of the video, I travel all over the place. So if you stumbled upon this video and you're from Utah and you found it because it says Utah in the description, first off, I appreciate you for making it this long. Really, really do. Second off, these videos they don't just apply to Utah. They don't just apply to ponds. I go all over the place, and so many of the techniques and the things that I do, the ways that I fish, apply basically everywhere. So if you would like to see some more videos like this in different states, but like this, make sure to subscribe. Hot. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. Hit the bell. That way, if you do subscribe, you know when I upload. I took a little bit of a break. I went on a family vacation. Had a couple bad days of fishing where I couldn't even make videos. So I will be pumping out a lot of videos here soon. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time.